Hello, everyone. So this week, I just, a few updates for everyone before we begin. Yes, yes, we're ready, we're ready. Okay, so let's go. So we had a meeting with our builders for Sandbox. So an update on that is that we're working on our lair and the LAN, and how it's going to be is that it's going to be a very big social hub. So there's going to be plenty of spaces. We're going to include as much community artwork as we can in it, and I think as we get closer to the date, we're gonna run maybe a few more derivatives contests for people. So, we're gonna try and include as many people's artworks as we can in the game. So, we're heavily investing in metaverse right now, and we're in talks with some other metaverse projects as well, and partnering with them. So, you know, that's gonna be good. So right now we have Sandbox, we have Wilder World, and clear your nose, this guy, man. It's 5 a.m., bro. Okay, so besides that, um, and then besides that, we also have an update about our game from Josh. So, Josh, you wanna give a quick update on the game and what's
Yeah,
happening before I continue?
sure. There's a lot of phrases that 2D recorded for the game. Oh no, the actual thing. Okay, so um, yeah, so we were supposed to publish the game right now during the AMA. That was the original intent. Everything's not ready yet, so we're going to push everything 2 weeks. I did make a post about that, but there's still people that are messaging me asking if the game's coming out. So this is just verifying that it's we're looking at a December 8th deadline now instead. Same time during the AMA, so like 4-ish EST will be the new publish, and it'll be 75 people instead of 50. So yeah,
Yep, and for Crisis New York 2D ASMR in game, I will say that I did work with Josh, and we did put in a bunch of Easter egg voice lines in the game. So,
oh they're
hope,
awesome.
hopefully when you guys play it and find out, you guys will enjoy them.
That's all I got.
Yes, sir. Okay, so besides that, let's move on to the next one before we start the AMA. So we've heard a lot of concerns this week, right, about, blood utility and how, we're trying to make as much use case out of blood as possible, right? So, unfortunately, we know that this is the case. We do have huge plans for blood and what we're going to do with it, but we can't release this overnight, right? We can't just pump out random useful blood utility overnight. But we do think that it is pretty interesting what some other projects have done with the likes of Wolf Game, and we are, actively exploring that outcome wherever we can. So that's on the blood part for everyone. And I don't know how many of you guys remember, but we mentioned the lore. We were exploring the lore, and we're gonna be, focusing more on the lore for our social media and for everyone in SVS. So we actually have more artwork being released for we have more artwork being released for the lore. So that stuff will be ready pretty soon. And you know, that stuff will be ready pretty soon, and we should be able to start shipping that out next week. So that's that on the lore. So we don't want to. Okay, so on the topic of play to earn, that is a very interesting topic for us, and we do see that that is the hot topic right now in all of crypto and all of NFTs. So that is something that is an interesting topic for us, and we're trying to see what we can do on that front. E2E Karate Van Boss. Okay, let me see if there's any. Okay, so we've just received news on, some OpenSea updates. So OpenSea, there's some new rules on the verification form for OpenSea. So I don't know how many of you guys do keep up to date with all the OpenSea stuff. For any of you guys that's saying is P2E confirmed, it is not, but I'm just saying that is the trend right now and everything is very hot. So we are exploring that possibility endlessly. Thrall, no, P2E is not bannable as far as I'm concerned. So back to the new OpenSea rules, the new rules on verification form is that you can't use ERC20 tokens to mint subsequent NFTs. So this may, affect us in the future. So we're contacting someone at OpenSea right now to clarify this, because as other projects with reading protocols may have problems with that in the future too. So that's it for updates, and I think Ryan, you can start getting people on.
Okay, first we're gonna go for Spock trades.
Hello, Ryan. You're muted if you didn't realize.
Oh fuck. I invited Spock trades up. He's here. Hello.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hello. Hi,
Can
Spock.
you hear me? How's it going? Guys, a big fan of the project. Obviously, been here for a very long time. It's my first NFT project, and couldn't have got in on a better one as my first. I've actually been pretty spoiled. I guess it's hard to find one as good as you guys, but yeah, just I've been loving what you've been doing. The new Alpha Channel stuff's been great. I was actually just kind of asking, do you think maybe we could see if there's interest from the other people in the community to do a channel for some of us that are looking to kind of launch our own NFT projects, where maybe we could meet each other who are artists and devs, can kind of like link up and collaborate. Maybe every once in a while you guys could pop in to answer some like technical questions or just kind of back end management questions. I just thought that was something to be really cool to include. I haven't really seen that in any other communities so far.
Maybe something like a shill channel, or something where people can talk to each other. Actually, we do have this in our channel. If you look at the channel, there is verified networking. So we actually do have this here. So you can go in there and you can talk to each other, and you can share your project, get ideas, see what's working, what's not working over there.
Okay, cool, awesome, thank you. Yeah, I really appreciate it. I'll check that channel out for sure. Keep
No
up the good
worries.
work, and yeah, thanks for having me on.
Thanks for you have any other questions for us today, Spock?
No, that was it. Yeah, just basically trying to figure out how to get a project going, and would love to connect with other people in the community. So yeah, I'm gonna check out those channels.
Thank you.
All right, have a good one.
Okay, next I'm gonna bring up the excited punk ape.
Nice. Hello, Mr. Excited Punk Ape.
Hi.
And the light. Hello.
All is well in the lair, I suppose.
Yes, all is well with us. How are you?
I'm very good. I'm very good. Thanks for asking. I have my question is twofold, completely unrelated. So let me start with the first one. I was just today talking to some buyers about the staking percentage. I think we lie on something 7, not the correct percentage stakes. I'm not sure about that. Maybe you can answer that question. But my question is how could we get from 70 to, I don't know, the idea would be 95 plus in the staking. That's one. What kind of strategies do you have in mind for that? And then the other one was just popped into my today when I looked at our own SVS OpenSea page, that it kind of doesn't reflect what we're trying to do. So let's say if I go into the legendary board 8 yacht club, and we see the sexy floor price and everyone's trading, the trading volume is something like, I don't know, last time I checked 160k or something like that in ETH. And then you go to ours, our trading volume hasn't shifted that much in the last month or so. Of course, being the OpenSea platform, we see that on OpenSea there's something like 1.8K of owners, but then we have in our banner that the actual owner amount it's such and such. So I don't my not a question in a sense, but to me it kind of doesn't reflect on what we're trying to achieve with the blood utility token. I was just wondering how we could display or somehow change the strategy in the OpenSea to make people realize when they see the floor that it's I don't know what it's actually now 1.7 something maybe. Haven't checked it in a while, but it's kind of volatility. But yeah, I don't know if you guys know where I'm getting at, but it kind of, in my idea, it doesn't reflect on what we're trying to do. Have you given that some kind of thought?
Yeah. So was that question 1 or question 2, or is that both?
That was question 1.
Okay. Yes. So like with the
More
stake.
of a general wondering kind of discussion around if that has come to your mind. It was just something that popped into my head earlier today.
Yeah. So so with the staking question first, I think you were asking
Yeah.
how we get
Yeah.
that percentage up really high.
Yeah.
Right now, people are staking in anticipation of what we have mentioned is coming with blood, right? So, what is going to really push us over, I think, that barrier to the really high 80s, 90s of staking percentage would be when the actual blood utilities start rolling out, and it'll be rolled out gradually, right? So the thing is,
Yeah.
we have a lot of utility plan for blood, so it's going to be like a constant thing in most parts, I think, where in the sense that like you're going to need blood all the time. So I do think that once that gets rolled out and the other stuff happens, that percentage is definitely going to go up higher.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then the second part of the question, it was a bit long. So,
Sorry, I lost you for a second there.
oh, I said the second part of your question was just mostly about what were you actually asking on the second part?
Yeah, it was just it was just a general wondering on in my head the OpenSea kind of our profile in my head doesn't match what we're trying to do with the actual project utilizing the blood token, and it's of course, like you said, when we get the things rolling and we get the blood token out and everyone sees what the utilization is, then of course word of mouth we can kind of attract people to the OpenSea platform, and the kind of volume would go up and they would realize, okay, so the blood token is the thing here. I mean, I think most people still focus a lot on the floor price, right? Because that kind of makes the NFT project go from a not so liquid asset to a more kind of tangible asset. Liquid, you can see the price if it's low, but the actual value, as I see in my head of the project, is much higher in terms when you look at the blood token. It was just a general wondering, not a question in that sense.
Yeah, I understand. So obviously, volume is realistically going to drop when so many people have their vamps staked, right? So
Yeah, definitely. Sure.
yeah, so I do think that just same thing as before. Probably once more utility drops, as well as there's a few things that comes with staking such high percentage, right? Like the owner count is a little bit lower. That's why we changed our banner to update the actual
Of course.
holder count. Yeah, so because obviously when people get redirected to our OpenSea and they see our page, we want them to understand what's going on and to participate in the project. So usually we just try to push as many updates as we can on Twitter, and as soon as we have something new, we'll post about it there. And then when I would assume that when Gen 2 and the breeding stuff comes out, then there will be more activity on the OpenSea for sure, as well as with all the
definitely.
blood utility.
Yeah, and if I get one more
Yeah,
minute, the second question, completely unrelated. So the Coinbase NFT platform, when is that actually going to launch? And do we have some kind of in talks with Coinbase on having some kind of inside lane? Because I think that could be feel like some part of the NFT community is going to explode, and people that are not that into NFTs but are into crypto investing are going to kind of get their eyes open on what NFTs are. So we're just wondering if you have any strategies on when the Coinbase platform is being launched.
Yeah, so as far as I'm aware, I think the Coinbase platform should go up in December. It should go live then, and we've seen them make posts about it and talk about projects that are coming on and stuff. So, and for you guys who are wondering about what's our strategy with them, we're in active talks with Coinbase already. So, that's pretty much all we can say. But we are in active talks and we are talking to them. So, hopefully we have some good news for everyone soon. No, it's up to them whether they want to list us or not, but we are speaking with them, and hopefully we have some good stuff come from it soon.
Yeah, super. Well, I'm not good taking much time of you. Well, thank you for the questions.
No worries. Thank you so much.
Okay, next up is Deathwing.
Hey guys, can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, loud and clear. Hello.
Awesome. I got a new mic just for this because I think you guys had problems hearing me the last time. Anyway, happy holidays to those of us who are in the US, and I guess happy holidays to everyone around the world if you are taking time off. I got one question, and it's for Crash. Any chance you think as a little tidbit in the game or a little freebie in the game, we could have some of the vamps that are like, let's say I own two vamps today. Do you think it's a good idea? Maybe we could have a competition where someone could win a chance to put their vamp in the game as a backdrop item.
Definitely, as one of the maybe like a picture that could get end up being a possessed picture or just something in like a Hall of Heroes or something like that, I guess Dracula's lineage is a room or something like that. Definitely
exactly.
a possibility. That's a cool idea. I definitely want to do a contest to name the game because I've been thinking for a while and I can't name it. I'm struggling. So I think that'd be a neat thing too.
And all entries, anyone that names it Vamp Game, will be swiftly removed.
Yes.
All right, guys, that's all I got today.
Any other questions?
Good question, though, man. Thanks.
Yeah, I like that question.
That's it.
Yeah, we definitely planned to, we spoke about it initially that we definitely did plan to. I did speak with Josh about doing some sort of like, art contest where it doesn't have to actually be like, I know some people complain we're not all artists, blah, 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 but it's just like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be the most talented guy out there, right? It just be something that would fit the theme and that we would like, and then we would like to put a few into the game. So
honestly, we could put quite a few and have a separate room dedicated to it. I mean, it could even be like, Dracula might have a nephew, and it looks like a 5-year-old drew it. So like that counts as a, it counts as a piece in there. It's like, oh yeah, my nephew drew this, and he's 4.
Yeah, because that's definitely we did speak about that, right? Like, like we would have like a separate room maybe, or a dining room or something, like kind of like a, in a weird way, like a community room where we can pick like 10 winners or 5 winners, and then we can put their stuff up in the game.
Yep, totally doable too. It can be one of the rooms that you reach, or a random room, or anything like that.
Yep, awesome. Other than that, guys, happy holidays again, and stay cool.
You too.
Later,
you
buddy.
too. Enjoy the holidays.
Okay, next up is Boogeyman 100.
Someone write that down because I won't.
It's okay. I got it. T's got it. Suck T. Silent
better
man.
get it.
Hello. Hello, Boogeyman. We can't hear you, just in case.
Hello?
Yo.
Hello. I hear the hello. I don't hear anything after that.
Oh, okay, you guys can hear me?
I can hear you now.
Oh, sorry about that.
No
I just
worries.
have 3 quick questions. The first one, me and my 2 other friends, we split 3 vampires together just to like save on gas fees and stake all the blood together. But I was wondering if there's any way that me and my other friend can also get in the alpha chat, even though it's all connected to one wallet.
Do you mean the channel? Did you
Hello?
cut out again? Can you, yeah, well, shit, I don't know if you can hear me or not. Someone said this is Pre's friend, no doubt. The answer would be no, because then it would be abused, right? It's one per verified account, which is obviously fair to everyone else who, has their vamp. Damn, this guy cut out, or
I think he's just content with the answer.
I guess we can just move on.
Yeah, well, I'll leave him up just in case he has something to add after the next guy. We'll
yeah,
go
he
for...
had 3 questions, right? He said.
Hello?
Oh,
Oh, hello, you're back. Well, short-lived.
It sounds like a bad phone call. I think my kids have a story that has a bunch of hellos in it like that.
He's in an elevator. He's also sharing a mic with 2 friends. That's a good one.
Is one of them Pre?
Oh, it sounds like
okay.
it.
Okay, I'm gonna
This
bring
is
up the
cool.
art gallery.
I just texted my friend, and apparently you guys could hear me, but I just can't hear you for some reason.
Oh, no, we can't hear you either. Don't worry.
Hey guys,
Okay.
how's everybody
Hello,
doing?
Oh, dude.
hello.
Okay, so I'm just gonna ask the other question because you guys could hear me, and he'll let me know what you guys say. For the champagne that you guys partnered with, is there gonna be how limited is the amount of bottles gonna be?
Well, we ordered a few pallets, so first of all, you got to make sure it's 1,500 bottles, and please be of age before you buy the champagne. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. And lastly, have you guys considered getting in talks with Playboy Cardi about being in the project? Because he's like, his brand is very like vampire surrounded.
Is this pre on a voice changer? Surely. Playboy Cardi. Yeah. Yeah, T can answer that one.
We brought it up to Brian, and that's going to be one person of interest he's going to try to pursue. Because just because it feels our brands work very well, and vamp and vampires is sort of his thing. So this is definitely something we're going to pursue and see if there's any opportunity we can take with him.
I don't know. Pre was better at voice chat than this guy.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you guys. Sorry I
Thank
couldn't
you.
hear you.
No worries. Bye bye.
Have a good one.
See you, man.
You too. Okay, hello, Art Gallery. I'm sorry
Hey guys,
you
how
had
are you?
good.
No
Sorry you
worries,
had your
no worries.
thunder stolen by Pre's clone.
He's in Vegas. It probably is him. Probably in a lobby somewhere. But hope everybody's doing well. My question is related to the blood token, and I also have I don't know if it's a question, more of a suggestion about the blood token. The question is, at the beginning of the AMA, you mentioned how you're taking into consideration what's going on out there with projects like Wolf Game, etc. And I'm wondering, because obviously this community is very patient. We've been very patient about how we can utilize the blood token. Is this what's going on with those projects? Is it going to kind of derail the focus you guys have? Are you back to the drawing board? Or are you just trying to look at ways to maybe alter the roadmap that you guys have in regards to the blood token? And then my suggestion is, when you guys do finally launch or announce the full utility of the blood token, depending on what it is, it could create a major surge in people jumping into the SVS community. Perhaps maybe finding a way to reward current, holders that have been here, for the past couple of months, staking from the beginning. I don't know if that's something that you guys could do, like, like maybe gift blood as of a snapshot before the announcement or something like that.
Cool. Okay, so let's just go step by step. So, first question, you asked about derailing anything or altering the roadmap. So the answer would be no. Obviously, when we see these things which are happening and we're exploring them, that is all just additional. No focus is altered from the original progress. We have a pretty large team, so we allocate time accordingly, and we don't intend to just like shift focus or move on to something else like that. So the second part of the question was about rewarding the early stakers, right? I think.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, there's been a lot of us that have staked right from the beginning, and we continue to believe in the project. So I'm just wondering if there's any consideration to kind of rewarding those. Just what brought it to the idea of rewarding us came to my mind. If you follow the Wolf game, for example, they went ahead and they gave free land to people that minted in the first generation zero. Was a gift. So if you were one of the early adopters and you minted it, the Gen Zero, you got free land, and that free land is now worth, I think, like 0.4 ETH or 0.3 ETH or something like that. So just made me think that there's been a lot of people that have been around since the beginning and they've been staking, and it'd be nice to reward those holders, but just didn't know if that's something you guys would take under consideration.
Yeah. So obviously we do take note of people who have staked from the beginning and continue to believe in us, from the very start. So we definitely intend to and want to reward the early supporters where we can. As we did mention, we've been like exploring the possibilities and looking into the Wolf game and stuff like that. So we could easily, I guess, tie those two things together. And we're definitely going to take that into consideration because we do take note of who has supported us from the very beginning and who has staked to this from the very start, So yeah.
Sounds
that
good. I
answers it.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. I appreciate your time. And for those of us celebrating Thanksgiving, I hope everybody has a safe and happy holidays.
Yeah, happy holidays. Enjoy yourself. Thank you
Thank you.
for the question. Bye-bye.
Okay, next up is Digit.
Oh, very simple name.
It has 2 eyes in, so it's very unique.
I see. 2 eyes in his name and he can't see the accept invite button.
Okay, I'm going to invite someone else in the meantime. We'll go for our oh, never mind.
Oh,
Sorry about
Mr.
that.
Digit showed up. Hello.
Outside right now, and I'm kind of doing a bunch of errands, but I was wondering. I seen a post the other day that Bad Bunny had got on to the project. Was that like an official thing, or was that like just a Twitter thing?
Do you mean official thing as in, could you show us where you saw this?
Also, is it Digit or Digit?
It's
Like Vegeta.
yeah. Oh, we're still talking about his name, Josh. You're talking about the derivative, right? That's a derivative. So I'm not sure what you mean about official, but yeah, that was a derivative by a fan-made derivative by a community member.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
she
Okay,
has
that
not
was
been
nice
catching
though.
us outside, Yeah.
Okay. Well, I've been a SVS holder. It's actually my first actual NFT, and I've been getting into NFTs more and more. And I'm loving the community of SVS Vampire, and I hope we continue a great project.
Awesome. Are you a Bad Bunny fan?
No, not really. I just seen it and I was just wondering because that would have been that's big, but
That's cool.
yeah.
Any
But
other questions for us today?
no, not really. I'm just keeping up with the blood utility. Or actually, I do have one question. The Digi Dragons, do we get whitelisted for that?
I mean, I think it was an SVS Alpha. We already did the whitelist for that.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, so
sounds
you just
good.
gotta keep an eye on Alpha and enter up any of the giveaways whenever you see them pop up. And that's how you can get access to whitelist spots for the project we collaborate with.
Okay, and to get whitelisted, is it like a reaction thing that you just do on the SVS Alpha chat?
Yeah,
Or
so in the SVS Alpha channel,
Mhm.
you'll see those giveaways pop up and you just react.
Okay,
Yeah.
sounds good.
Oinky
Thank you.
usually makes a little announcement too, and lets everyone know a little bit
Okay.
before what's going on. So just keep an eye out for that.
All right, sounds great. We'll keep doing y'all's good work and keep this project going.
Thank you for
Have
coming
a good
on.
rest of your day. Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay, next up we'll have our resident sermon giver, Count Martula.
Oh, very bullish on Mothula.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Or good
Yo.
yo. Guys, I'm under the weather today. So my voice if it's not up to par.
Send this guy some blood.
Oh no. What are you sick with? You feeling okay?
Is that how he makes people feel better here?
Yeah, I think I'm fine. I've been spending too much time in the cold and not wearing a jacket.
Damn. Maybe you should get yourself a SVS hoodie? I heard they're pretty warm.
I've never gotten my SVS hoodie. I just want to make that clear. It never arrived. I've been
Oh yikes.
Reach out to
please
Maddie.
reach out to Maddie's.
because you guys know I would rep that every day.
Well, sure, you should reach out to Maddie's ASAP. Throw a few caps locks in there, some exclamation marks.
Do recommend washing it every once in a while, though.
You can blame them for getting sick as well because your hoodie never arrived. I understand.
These all sound like good ideas. So I wanted to talk today about just I'm glad you guys touched on the play to earn. I think given the scale of the game that Crass is building, I think that's a natural pivot for us. So thank you for that. I want to talk about the metaverse a little more. So are we looking to do some 3D kind of renderings of our vamps in the metaverse yeah, just a little bit more on that.
Yeah, later on, once we have all the metaverse stuff done and launched and built, then that's something that's the logical next step.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen some other projects, start talking about that. So definitely something I'm getting excited about because I think Count Mothula would look pretty cool as a 3D render.
Yeah, we're gonna get 3D modded, huh? I do
Yeah.
think so as well.
And my next point is just to talk about perceived value. I think uh, there was a gentleman that spoke earlier in the AMA and he spoke for, I don't know, 15 minutes, but the concept he was really trying to uncover is perceived value and what are, some things that we can do or strategies in order to increase the perceived value in the marketplace. Because anybody that comes to these AMAs or hangs around the lair, it's clear that we have immense value in this project. And I think what he was trying to say is when you go on OpenSea, maybe that value is not being really portrayed when somebody goes on our profile. So I just want to leave that. I don't think it's necessarily a question or but more so just a comment is just how we as a project can really focus on perceived value in the marketplace.
Well, yeah. So I don't think that's a question in the traditional sense, right? So we do appreciate the feedback and the reiteration from someone else before, but yeah, that's definitely something that we're gonna be trying to see what more we can put on there. I know what you're trying to say with the perceived value and when people come to the OpenSea. So yeah,
I'll
thank
tell
you.
you like this. NFTs are gonna definitely be a Thanksgiving conversation. I'm gonna be sneaky about it and plug the vamps where I can.
Is that this weekend, right, for you guys?
Yeah,
Or
it's tomorrow. I'm
Tomorrow,
sick, so I don't have to eat turkey.
tomorrow. So it's
Wait,
holiday
when you're
for
sick,
everyone,
you'll do
right?
turkey. Can I get sick real fast? Hold on a second.
I'm
You don't
not
want
the
to make me sick?
turkey fan.
Yeah, it's a shame. You gotta go yell at Maddie's now. You don't have your hoodie for the Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah, unbelievable. I'm actually gonna go do that right now. Thank you so much for your time today.
No
And
worries. Thank you. I hope you. Yeah.
in the spirit of Thanksgiving, I'm very thankful for the excellent development team that we have here. So thank you guys for making the fall and winter that much more exciting.
Well, I'm not a developer, but they're all saying thank you behind their screens right now.
Yeah,
I
I'm
hope you
sure
feel
that
better
feeds
soon.
Freddy's
Thank
ego.
you, Ryan.
Oh,
Thank you.
feel better soon, Mr. Motula.
Much appreciated.
Hope you feel better.
Okay, next up is 3 Musket.
Hello?
Yo.
Hello.
Hey, hi everyone. How's everyone doing?
Awesome.
Doing good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. So I have a lot of, well, yeah, a couple of questions. I mean, to start with, like, I minted, so a lot of people, bought in later times when floors were higher, and I recently, literally, within 2 days, got new buyers who've never bought an NFT and they bought VAMPs. I don't know if you saw that on the floor, which is an expensive buy for a first NFT, but that's how much I believe you guys as a team, and that's a given, obviously. But we've gone like through thick and thin, and I mean, great things take time, obviously, but you look at projects that have been for days, or literally they're talking about projects that will, sorry, on something they're working on, like Foodles now, which they didn't even have a game in mind, but they made one. And in literally days, not even days, maybe half a day, and they're pumping. And of course, we don't want to pump and dump. The utility, I mean, that's one thing I want to discuss. The utility for the blood, like you said, you're working on something. You not discussing what it is, I guess, is doing more harm than anything else, because people are just waiting for that. Like, I mean, you see that on the floor. People are waiting for that next big thing, and we're all here to help, obviously. Yeah, that's one thing. Like, I don't think we should keep on stressing on, you don't want to release something and have it be copied. Yeah, I guess that's the first question. Like, what are you thinking with the utility or play to earn, or what's the strategy here? Because I guess we all want to find out.
Well, with the play to earn part, like we mentioned at the start, we don't want to say too much. We're just exploring the possibility and see what can be done right now regarding it. At the end of the day, it's not fair to everyone to also just say a bunch of stuff, too early. So, it's not about copying, So, and what else?
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but that's been the case where there could be some kind of hint, or I mean, it's been like, how many, Wolf Game's been there for a week now, kind of technically. So I mean, you guys must have an idea if you're working on something which would help us. Like, I mean, we all have faith in you guys as a team who can do something. Absolutely, there's no doubt. Like I said, you're the best out there, but when it comes to execution, but we're just waiting for that
Well,
thing, that catalyst, I guess.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, but you know, these things, like, we do need to explore it a bit more, right? If you guys did see Wolf Game got exploited a lot, and you know, a lot of people got hurt in that sense. So, you know, if we're going to be doing a game, it has to be done properly and executed for sustainability and longevity. So there's only so much that we can say. We don't want to just, you know, announce announcements. That's not very fair. So there's not really much more we can say on the P2E.
I agree with that. Sorry, like the people are getting screwed because their stake cheap are locked right now. They can't do anything with them because they did something fast. But that team is not the SVS team. The SVS team is, we take pride in that. That's why people have hope and know that, like, which comes off to the next thing, which is marketing. And it's not about marketing. Like, you guys are afraid of a pump and dump when it comes to hiring an influencer. People come in and buy. Sorry, I need to say this because it's in my head in one thought. When people come in to buy, it's not like they're coming to buy and ride that wave. They'll see how amazing this project is just from that exposure by itself. We're not out there. For a fact, we're nowhere out there like anymore, any longer. And again, this is not FUD. This is me telling you guys, talk about an influencer. How many influencers are there in the NFT space? A lot. And like you keep saying we're exploring, we're trying to find the right person. It's been over a month and a half for you guys to find the right person. I mean, we recommended a lot. Not sure why that has been a block.
I'll tell you what, there are at least 5. At least.
At least 5. Me name 5?
Oh, it was a joke. Sorry.
Yeah. Just to you know, touch up and sort of go back. So, copying has never been a concern for us. Like, you know, it's, you know, things. This is how innovation. You know, it's built upon, you know, taking ideas from something and making it better. You know, we're all for that. Someone can go ahead and rip us off. They can go copy us. It doesn't matter as long as we know that we're putting in our best and trying to do, you know, the best that we possibly can. From a perspective like, oh, you know, we brought up this game today and you're asking, you know, why aren't we going too much, you know, into it? So I guess on our end, we're trying to develop our ideas, and then we strategize about it, and then we present it, and then we take feedback from the community. So it's a process type thing. We don't just want to, you know, make a Wolf game, you know, release it, exploits this and that. Like, we want to be able to maximize the effectiveness and the utility that we possibly can from releasing a game. From a marketing standpoint, why aren't not marketing as in that's marketing and utility kind of tie in with one another? You guys have known I've been teasing, sort of, you know, letting you guys know something is coming out in December. Like, I've been letting you guys know that, we've been hinting it, and it's a marketing / utility. They both tie in. Why we can't leak it, or why we can't let you guys know about it now, is because there's a set date that we talk with the other brand, and it's all planned out. Like, this is the date this is going to get announced, this is the date this is going to get announced, and that date is set in collaboration with us and the other party, just to make sure, you know, everything is set in stone and we execute as best as we can. If we say, oh, we're doing this, we're doing this, we're doing this, you know, we don't want to just sort of crap out, you know, just whatever we can to make everybody happy artificially. You know, we want to provide the best possible outcome for whatever we do, and you know, that's our goal. As for the influencers, you guys know we had a little bit of a shift in our team, which I'm sure, you know, everybody knows that. And I came on the team, it's been about a month, and you know, a few weeks for adjustments, things that needed to get done. For full sake of transparency, this last week it hasn't been very eventful in terms of outreach. A lot of it has just been waiting on replies, or doing this, or preparing this document, preparing this proposal. It's just a lot of the, you know, the back end work that goes into it. This last week has not been the most eventful week in terms of outreach, but that doesn't mean the most of the work that I personally did, and you know, we as a team did, it went towards preparing for our upcoming partnerships in December. Which one of them will definitely, I guess, you know, it's going to be the first one of its kind. So it's a process thing. It's like, you know, we don't just want to put something out there and have it be raw in a sense. We want to make sure the idea is fully developed before we present it to the community. As for the influencers, I mean, I've been seeing this come up a lot. Oh, you guys, you aren't paying for this or paying this, or influencer money, like all these concerns about money. Money's not a concern. We can go ahead and pay Drake $500,000 to say SVS or make a post or just one little thing, but how effective is that going to be? I mean, don't take Drake as if we did that to someone as an influencer. Don't take Drake specifically. I'm just kind of bringing that up as an example. There's a fine line where it's worth it and it's not worth it. We don't just want to bring someone on and just have them tweet something out. Oh, $500,000 down the drain, whereas that $500,000 could have gone towards a number of other things which would have helped the project go even further. I know, it's as a community member, it's easy to sort of bring up these ideas, but there's a lot of other factors that you have to think about when you're running a project. You can't really just focus on, this, or we can do this, or bring on this person. Like, it takes time to sort of bring people on and see who we're sort of dealing with. So, I mean, I hope that sort of, answers it. But I mean, I'm glad to address any other concerns or any points of disagreement you may have.
Listen, it's not about that. I mean, I know there was a shift in the whole marketing, but like I said, when we asked for someone to represent us, it wasn't about paying a famous celebrity. I do not agree with that, and I'm with you on that. But what he buys, they don't know. I'm just saying, you guys kept on saying it's been 2 months actually that you're looking for the right person to either represent or for the influencers, and we haven't seen that. I'm not talking about influencers who are popular. No, you're talking about people who are in the NFT space, actually represent SVS as well, the brand, because we are great as a community, as artwork, as a team. All in all, we're probably the best project poised to fly. Obviously, the reason people complain sometimes is because they know the potential, and we know that. Everyone knows that, but we haven't seen it happen. And it's not about announcement after announcement. It's just a normal, natural way where you have someone there putting SVS out there, and not just, again, no tweet, like Twitter, all of that would happen, but people who follow this person, they trust his advice because he's an expert in the NFT and crypto space. It's not about pump and dump. Again, nobody cares about money. Nobody's mentioned. You can find people who don't charge anything, barely, literally anything. But they're, like I mentioned, a guy, NFT Kings. People love him. He's a little kid who buys stuff. He's not even a whale considered, but there's stuff like that are very easy to explore, and little by little, you guys can get those. And it's been a while. Like, I'm not gonna it's been like we've always asked, and you guys say we're looking for the right person, and that's my biggest concern. Because put utility aside, that will come. Like, we know that will come, but something to keep us going, because you keep looking at. You don't want to be another Robotos, or no offense to them, or that fellas where they're in that range, always averaging out.
Yeah, no, I agree. I just want to touch up on, you said, it's been 2 months since we've been promising this and that. My month, actually, November 20th was my 1 month of, working at SVS. So the month before that, I can't, really speak on that and what, the old marketing infrastructure was like. But I have, been bringing this up. We're looking for the right person. We're not looking for the right person right now. We're talking to the right people, the people we want to represent the SVS brand. It's just a matter of there's a lot that goes into it. I mean, you can't just DM someone and be like, hey, this and that, like, we're going to do this. It's a lot of back and forth and communicating, and it just takes time. We just need to give it some time. Like, these influencers, you'll start seeing them roll in, and I promise you that personally. It's been 1 month. Give it another month and see in 2 months what I've been able to do. To what I've been able to bring to the table, or what, as a team, we've been able to bring you guys. It's, I completely agree with you, but it's not a matter of we're still looking for these people. We're talking to them. So it's just give it some time. That's all I ask.
No, we've given it. Trust me, we've given it time, and obviously nobody's here to sell. Like, we just have to mention concerns, because it is a fact of a question that was always brought up. But again, put marketing, all of that aside, like, even an answer would have. And you're telling us in December things are happening, so no need to give a date. Fine. I mean, we
In
have the patience clearly. Yeah.
in mid-December, there's going to be a collaboration that no other NFT project has collaborated with in that field.
That's something.
That's what
Okay,
I'm
there you
saying.
go. That's
I'm putting that out there.
something.
I can't say for the sake of how we've planned things and how we're communicating. I can't say what exactly it is, but you will find out in
You don't need to.
mid-December.
That's all you needed to have, by
Yeah,
the way.
no, yeah. No, I mean, I've been hinting these things up. I always go into chat. Like, I mean, sometimes I've also seen you guys sort of blow something out of proportion where I've said something and it's like, oh, really big announcement, you know? No, I mean, I want to bring, what's right to the table. I don't want to fluff anything up or juice it up. Like,
Expectations,
I want to be
You
100
have
with you guys, you know?
Get
So
it. No worries.
mid-December, it's going to be something completely different and something that's going to be one of a kind, like no other project has done.
We're all
That's
looking forward
just
to it.
that. I mean, that's
and we
if
trust
that's
you
what
guys.
you guys want, then I mean, that's I'm putting that out there.
Yeah, well, honestly, I'll tell you that's what people want, because just to see it, the SVS out there. Like, you go on Twitter right now, you see our PFPs, but you don't see it as a thing that's been shared around, and we do our best, But anyway, no more complaining. I mean, again, we're here for a reason,
Thank God.
And
I'm
I
sorry.
keep telling. Sorry, yeah, this has been long, and I said something the other day to Dracula, or however you pronounce it. Told him that, I mean, clearly are here for a reason, and we're not here so we just make money. That's an added plus. Absolutely, I don't disagree with that. But we want to say we called it and we stuck through thick and thin. That's what we want to say in a year from now, or like, we stuck through that and it paid off. Look at them now. Look at us flying. That's you want to say you called it. That's all it is.
Yeah. I mean, I also want to say I apologize if I came off as defensive. If anything, it's
Nobody
to
did.
show my
No.
passion for the project, because
Loved it.
believe it or
loved
not, I spend 80% of my day on SVS.
Believe that.
That's me. SVS is all I do, and I'm very passionate about what I do and what we as a team, we work together and what we aim to bring for you guys as holders of SVS. So it's, if anything, it's passion, and I don't want to come off as being angry or defensive or whatever.
No,
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't even get that, by the way. I didn't even feel that whatsoever. No worries. No, I honestly, thank you for keeping me up so long, and I hope I didn't take much of your time, and I appreciate your answers.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, thank you for coming up. We really appreciate you, bringing this up and, just communicating. Thank you.
Absolutely. Have a lovely day.
You too.
See you, man.
Okay, we're gonna go slightly over the time today because I know there's still a lot of people with hands up. But if anyone who does come up can try and be as concise as possible with their question, so we can fit as many last people in. So
No
next we're
joke.
gonna bring up Ethernet Eric.
No joke, Ryan. When that guy started, it was daylight, and now it's nighttime.
Okay, I'm also gonna bring up Blackfisher.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hello, how are you?
Perfect, thanks. Mr. Siberian here.
Hello.
Yes, I just got a question about rarity, rarity of the vampires and NFTs. So I just recently entered the project, right, just a couple of days ago, and so I was choosing a strategy, whether to. I had about like 5 ETH budget, right, and I was wondering whether to enter, with a rarer NFTs but less in count, or pick up more by the floor price. And obviously, it's much more in that sense profitable to buy as many NFTs as possible. So to stake and just in future to have more NFTs over the further generations. And the question is whether possessing more a rarer vamp, will be beneficial in terms of the game or any future projects and ideas within the SVS, or the rarity is not going to mean whatsoever.
Yeah. So with rarities and stuff. Oh yeah, you did mention you just joined the project a few days ago, right? So rarities will be taken into account with breeding. There will be a higher percentage based on trade carryover for that. So when Gen 2 is done, there will be carryover for that. And then you can also add your bat into the mix, and then with a maximum of 3 uses, and then there'll be a trade carryover from there as well. So there will be a difference with rares in the end, especially for breeding.
Okay, that was clear. Thanks. Yeah, and so that is it for the rarity, right? Within the game, for example, you're making so having a rarer vamp is not going to mean anything, right?
For the game, we haven't really seen how that will play its role, but for the rarity, it's going to be mainly for breeding between Gen 1 and Gen 2. Then there'll be a big carryover for people with the rarer traits. So that usually would mean that whatever you breed would have higher value, right? So
yeah,
rarity has a big part with breeding.
Yeah, okay. That is pretty straightforward. And and I just have another question. So one of the first people entered, asked for rewarding for the early stakers. So am I considered an early staker, in case I just entered a couple of days ago? And yeah, that is pretty much it.
No, early stakers would be from people probably within the first 2 or 3 days that we launched staking. Yeah.
Okay, that's clear then.
Awesome. So, yeah, thank you. We have like 10 more questions to go through, and we're actually over time, so we're gonna let it run.
Okay.
We're gonna run a little bit longer, everyone. Yeah, we'll go for like 15 more
Yeah,
minutes. No
sure.
worries. Thanks for
Thank you very much. Have a
joining
nice
us,
one.
coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
Is Ethan? Oh, hello.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Hello.
Hey, so I had two things that I wanted to talk about quick. One was somewhat of a suggestion, and the other was a question. So we heard people talking about some of the staking percentages earlier, and I was curious whether you had thought about maybe putting some like milestones together with different rewards when we hit certain ones to kind of encourage people to hit 80%, 85, just so that there's kind of a kicker there.
That's not a bad idea. It's definitely something we can take into consideration. We'll talk about internally, and if it's possible, we can roll it out. Yeah.
Okay. And then the second was about some of the future blood utility. You talk about some of the projects that are coming, and you can't give away the details, but could we get previews of what kind of values they will be in terms of like denominations? Like say, if we're going to do something at 100 blood, 200, stuff like that.
Well, stuff like that. Well, there can be no specific numbers, but you can know that it will be pretty high. Yeah, so there'll be a decent amount of blood that has to be used. So yeah, that's why it's encouraged people to stake early.
Okay. That was it.
Awesome, thank you. Yeah, so we have to go quick right now because there's a lot of people with their hands up still, and we have like 10-15 minutes left. Thank you. Yeah, Ryan, you can.
Hello. Hi. Can you hear me?
Yo.
How's it going, guys? I'll try to do it fast so you guys can get through more people. My question / request is, is there any way that you guys can, I don't know if it's possible to do maybe like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, like status update or something? Because as it stands, I work from home, so I'm always on chat and I'm always here to see people ask questions, and I try to point them to things that have been said. But one of the, I guess, more frustrating things is that the time between announcements of the project is sometimes 6 days, 5 days. So there's not a lot of meat for us to go on. But I see that the elders will post decisions that have been made in the project in chat. So, like, for instance, Woof, he'll say something like, Gen 2 won't create blood, or that Gen 2 may be delayed further until blood has more utility. These are some meaty things that I think could be, communicated better through maybe like a Woof dev announcement or something about the project. And even in this AMA, he said something about how there's new rules with OpenSea that they're trying to work around. So something like this is really meaty for us to be able to communicate. Is there any way this can be something done more often officially?
Okay, so I see what you mean. So yeah, if something is, if something is substantial, we will push
Just
it
so
out.
we're
But
not
yeah, we
like
will.
sifting
Yeah, we
through
will.
chat histories, you know what I mean?
Yes, we will just make a big Freddy Wolf lair, so everyone can see their big dev updates directly there.
Awesome. Yeah, no, because I work from home, so I'm always here to see chat, and I'm always posting receipts. It's always frustrating having to go through all the chat history. It'd just be better to post one link to a chat or something.
Yeah, that sounds fine.
Awesome,
No
guys.
worries.
Thank you.
Is
Yeah,
that
we'll
all?
have the XXL updates channel from starting after the AMA.
Can't wait. Love you guys. Bye.
Me too. Bye bye.
Okay, next up is Gamboa.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep, loud and clear. Hello.
You guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right, perfect. Hey, I just had one question. I don't know if it's been asked before, but I really like the whole whitelist channel and all of that that's going on. But what's the if I can ask, right, what's the strategy behind it? Are we letting like random channels? So far, all the projects that have been going on have been great. But is there like certain projects we pick depending on how well the projects are, or should we still? I know it's always do your own research, but that way I kind of have an idea of what's going on. There's strategy behind that.
So the projects that come on are all vetted and looked through and checked on by our alpha team, right? By Oinky and the others. So it's not like random projects just get picked and get put on. So they go through a process. We spoke about the process last week. Actually, Oinky was on the AMA for a little bit. So the team has their own process which they go through, and if everything is checked on and all good, and then it gets put into the alpha chat.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. That was just it. I guess I missed it and I didn't check, but thank you.
No worries. Thank you for your question.
Okay, next up is Ka.
You guys hear me okay?
We can.
Hello.
Yes, you can hear me okay?
Yeah, we can.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I don't really have a question. I have more of a statement. In response to a lot of the questions that were asked today, I feel like there's a lot of anxiety and anxiousness, and a lot of need to know now questions. And I think what a lot of people got to remember is go back to the genesis of this project. Like, we bought in because we trusted you guys. We trusted the roadmaps. You guys have come through on everything that you have said you were going to do. Projects that last and projects that build take time. We trust you guys in what you're doing. We understand that there's questions about dates and the blood utility and the uses of that, but you guys got to remember that these guys have done this before. They are professionals at what they do, and they are giants in the industry. So please just try to take a deep breath, respect what they're doing, and this will work out for us. We don't want to rush things. All good things come to those who wait.
We don't want to rush this. So please just give them the courtesy and thank them for what they're doing. And know that in a couple months, everything will come to fruition and we will be fine. That's all I had.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, one thing to add to that as well would be that obviously we've announced utility ahead of time at the minute, and people aren't really happy with that. They're saying, where is the utility now? You're saying X is coming, you're saying this is coming, but there's nothing now. Obviously, some of the reason that Wolfgame was so successful as well is they essentially stealth launched and everyone aped into the project. So I don't think it would be too wise for us to say this is coming in January, this is coming in March, and things like that. If we don't have the details set yet. It's more like waiting until the time is right, and then that will be announced. Next up as well is Karate Vamp.
Hey, fellow giants, can you hear me?
I think Freddie can hear you, yeah.
Awesome. Hey, regarding the P2E or the utility token to launch future NFTs, I just want to point out that it's explicit on the Kong site that if you have 2 Kongs and you have the banana utility token, you can mint future NFTs. And I've seen a ton of OpenSea collections doing that. Nothing has changed for them, so I don't know if we should necessarily stop, because there's going to be a lot of people that are affected by that if that happens, and I think it's a really good idea. Maybe a workaround, if we don't want to do that, would be to have people put blood in a certain like wallet location, and then they could be airdropped a proportional amount per the blood they have, and then maybe not burn the blood if that's the stipulation. But what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so obviously we try to work as closely as possible with OpenSea to make sure that we don't end up in any of these situations. So that's why we've messaged one of our contacts at OpenSea to see what's happening and what's going to happen with our plans in the future. So yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I'd hate to see that utility not happen, because I think it's one of the best use cases for. And the last thing I'll just mention real quick is if we could maybe try to think of ourselves as a token project for a month while we're waiting for Gen 2. I think a big driver for opening people's eyes on the space would just be making the blood token as desired as possible.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, that's what we're doing. Just trying to make it as desirable as possible and as sustainable with as much longevity as possible for everyone involved.
Awesome, yeah, because if we had a game come out and the only way you could get involved in the project is to, have that token, or but I'll let you guys figure it out. And I'm just really happy that we're thinking about stuff like that, and I'm super excited for December. So thanks for letting us know that that's coming. Appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we're going to do one more question from Flyana, and then we're going to finish with Paul giving us his weekly roundup.
Hello guys. First of all, I would like to thank you for taking me and apologize for my English. At the last AMA, a listener had mentioned a castle, and I found the idea honestly great. I mean, a yacht is cool, but a castle is next level. I mean, in general, you associate vampires with something noble, which I think comes from Graf Dracula. If you use the castle as the headquarters of the company, and would make a hotel out of the castle, and I mean a noble hotel, in a location in the world that's famous. I would now take as example London or near London, because London itself, I think the whole financial framework would blow up. And that could be a great thing. If you consider that SVS is international and the vampire hotel chain does not exist. And I keep the idea short here because I still have something to say, and we do not have so much time here. If you think the idea further, then I think you understand me. We could once a year, not only one, but the hottest Halloween party in the world. The holders of the most vampires could get accommodation for the party, etc., etc. The hotel could be versatile with real life value and marketing connect. This was the first.
Nice. So Gen 3 will be hotel chain, SVS hotel chain, castle
Yeah,
edition.
I hope so. I hope so. I would invest all what I have in that. I would say the second point, and then you can make your statement. I think it would be better. My second point. First of all, thank you to the artist for his great work. Vampires are noble in the public perception, as mentioned above, and the artist has managed not only to make our vampires look noble, but at the same time is sympathetic and funny. I could very well imagine that if you introduce a well-known comic author the idea of a daily series with vampires, that he would not be averse if the concept fits. I am convinced that if you do this right, you could create a series like Simpsons or stuff like that. Yeah, imagine if every owner could describe the character of his own Sneaky in the description, and the author would record that. I, for example, call my Sneaky hashtag 1918. I call him Alessandro, the Italian womanizer. For me, he looking like this. Okay.
Nice.
I don't know exactly how many characters are taken per episode. I think there would be about 10 main characters, but then still per episode 20, 30 other characters. And so we could get every single Sneaky through the series, yeah? And if you have basketballer Sneaky, we could make a merch that is on another level. We could make collectible cards for them and so on. And one more thing to the clothes. I also got my hoodie, and the quality is really great. But I would put the focus in the flocking on the vampires, not on the brand logo. Brand logo I would make small, but the vampires I would make big. Maybe you could find a producer where you can say when ordering which vampire he should flock at. So I hope you can understand what I wanted to say. It was translated with DeepL, and that's it for me. I'm waiting for your answer to my ideas. Thank you again, guys.
No worries, thank you. I actually enjoyed that. Your English is not bad at all, man. Should be more confident, Mr. Alessandro, the Italian womanizer.
Yeah, best man, huh?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
wait, I show him in the chat, then you can understand what I mean. Okay.
You have. Okay, let's see this. Let's see it, Mr. Alessandro.
Wait, check Mr. Alessandro is coming. Layer chat, okay? NFT-Sammlung hier. Bitte. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Here, Alessandro, come on, brother. Here is it. Here he is.
I'm waiting.
Isn't he Alessandro?
Big womanizer.
The womanizer. Right, I'm right, or not?
I think so. It's the leather jacket, I think, you know?
And everyone could say, okay, my is a football player, my is butcher, my is Salt Bay, my is this. And the author could take these ideas, you know what I mean? So this would be a symbiosis between the owners of between the holders and the whole community and the project. I think this would be something what never is there. It would be crazy, I think.
I think, yeah. I mean, it's a good idea to give. I think you want to give everyone can give their vampire a little story, right? So, I think that's a good idea. Maybe we can do something where everyone gives their vamp a little story.
Well, we have that in the law.
Yeah, no, I mean, like we can post some of them, you know. And I've just got a message from the big dev, King Dev, Big Dev, Freddy, very big. He just said we could maybe allow. Maybe we could work something in with blood for something like this. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
maybe you could pay some blood to get your vampire featured on the tweet or something, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I'm not sure you understand me, right? I'm not talking about tweets. I'm talking about a series, like Simpsons or stuff like that.
TV series, okay, YouTube series, you know, maybe with Alessandro.
Yeah, YouTube series or I don't know in America what is pay TV, but I think it could be big. It could be because they are looking funny and noble in the same time. I think you can. I know Stan Lee is dead, but if you find a man like Stan Lee or someone who is known in the comic as a comic author, it could be a great thing. It's my opinion. Okay, I think so, like that.
I know what you mean, and this has been brought up like a month ago. People who are interested in turning this into like a cartoon or animated series.
Cartoon,
I know
yeah,
exactly
that's
what you
what I
mean,
Yeah.
and it's definitely one of my long-term ambitions to turn this into an animation of some kind, because that's where the inspiration and idea was born from. So it's not forgotten. I've got it on the brain, and just to let you guys in on a little something. What I've been working on this week has been some artwork for the lore. So this lore will be sort of the like just the basis for everything that's going to come story-wise with SVS. So once we get that down, we can base side stories or comics or animations or whatever just on what we're doing this week. So
Just think about Vive. Vive is growing up every day, and I think, yeah, it's many things which we can do with that.
I know what
with
you
that
mean.
idea.
It's definitely really ripe for animations or something like that. And you know what? I would love to put Alessandro, the Italian
Yeah.
womanizer,
Yeah.
in there somewhere. So
As main role, inshallah.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But one of the things that the community can do is just carry on with the any fan art or lore. Just because you don't really need our permission to do anything. The community can do their own projects. You own these vampires. You own the IP for them, so you can do anything you want with them. You can start your own thing if you wanted to. So you don't need our permission. I love seeing it all. That's one of the reasons why AC is what it is today, is because the community kind of just did their own projects. They were really passionate about the project. They did 3D renderings. They did lots of derivatives, all on their own. They didn't need the permission of Giga Labs to do any of this. They just did it on their own. So any of you guys can do it. I believe in you.
Okay, I understand what you mean, but I think it's a difference when a top kick is going to make something and me, because I'm just a little person in the world, I know what you mean. We can do everything, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But connections are opening doors, and I think the investor of the project has more connections as me right now. Okay, I'm growing up too. We are all growing up. I hope so. So I think we can do big things as well. The community is crazy. Look, I put in the picture. I have so many reactions to that. We have a great community, and we can reach big goals together. I think, yeah, of course, 100%.
Yeah, so even if you yourself are not skilled in as being an artist, or you don't know how to put any of this together, band up with people from the community who do. Is just communicate and say, hey, who wants to get in on this project? I have a great idea. Let's do it. That's
Okay.
That's all you have to do.
Okay, a girlfriend of my girlfriend can all drew very nice. I can show a picture what she made, and maybe we can do this together as community.
Yeah, everyone knows someone. That's a thing.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. And what do you say to my first question with the castle and the hotel chain? What do you think
That's
about that?
really not for me. Not for me, as in I'm not fit to answer that. I mean, I just heard about the castle idea a day or so ago,
Okay.
but I'm
What?
gonna leave that up to Book Nerd
Okay.
because
Okay.
I think he was really high on that idea, and you
Okay.
can message him for any
Who I should
updates.
message? Who should I
Book
message?
Nerd. Book Nerd.
Ah, okay, okay. Book
Book
nerd. Ah,
Bro.
okay.
Book nerd,
Okay.
yeah.
Book Bro.
Okay, book nerd.
Booknerd.e.
There it is.
Okay.
Awesome. So thank
So,
you for your question,
okay, thank you
Alessandro.
guys. Thank you guys.
Thanks,
Thank you
mate.
guys.
Thank you.
Have a nice
Bye-bye.
day and keep your great work going. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alessandro, the Italian
The
womanizer.
Italian womanizer.
The womanizer with a girlfriend who's not Italian.
yeah, right. That not just one girlfriend, my friend.
Oh my
Have a
god.
good one.
Okay.
have a good one.
Right on brand.
Oh man.
Okay, and finally we're going to bring up Paul to give the weekly roundup.
Paul.
Hello, boy, that's a hard one to come up to follow. I only have like one girlfriend, and she makes me call her my wife. but that's pretty good. All right, everybody, it's Brock Vamson's week in numbers. We had a really good week last week with our initiatives, or actually the last 7 days, as to how we look at this. Real quick, I'll just go through these. Our Twitter account, we're up at like 51,924 when I put these together. We added about 2,700 Twitter followers just in the last 7 days. Our Discord numbers, we're up at 42,484. We added roughly about 1,500 new Discord members just in the last 7 days. So quick reminder that remember, there's always new people coming. There's a vast majority of these people are just watching the chat move and stuff. They're not interacting. So, let's make sure that we're always really good brand ambassadors and that we're always representing the community to the best that we can. That would be awesome. Now into the hashtags. So last week from 11/17, we didn't have our reach wasn't that great for some of our hashtags, but this week they just exploded. So like SVS, that hashtag, we had about 140,000 accounts reached in 7 days compared to 53,000 the week before. SVS NFT, we hit about 400,000 different accounts compared to 88,000 the week before. And then we did like these cross community initiatives, reaching out to communities that we've been interacting with and stuff. So like the most recent one we did when we had everybody post congratulating Vamp or congratulating Grills Gang on that awesome contest that they ran. That was super exciting to see us win. I mean, I was shocked. I thought for sure we'd see a bunch of bots show up in there and drown out our votes. So that was super exciting that they kept it super fair. But that Vamp Grills hashtag that I had everybody put on there, we had 115,000 accounts reached with that. And that was a super recent post. So that number is actually still growing. So that was huge for just one account. That was super exciting. And then a few days before that, we did that Twitter Spaces meetup with the Mars Cats Voyage. That was a lot of fun. I super encourage everybody to jump onto future spaces when we do those cross community meetups. That was actually really fun, and it was really cool to just get excited about the community and the NFT space and everything. But that post that we had people kind of like find a vamp and a cat that looked the same in post. Our reach on that was 122,000 accounts. I mean, that's some of the largest reach we've had for anything going all the way back to when we had bat release. That was our largest reach, was SVS bats and those hashtags. This is now the second largest for these cross community ones. So that makes me super excited about running these and really reaching out to other communities and stuff like that. So that's super awesome. I did notice real quick, I'll just end right here, that on that one we did with Mars Cats Voyage, I noticed there was a couple people who I got like a clown face emoji and some thumbs down. I love that everybody's expressing their opinions. That's what makes this community so great. I highly encourage you to DM me if you are unsure as to why we posted an initiative or if you have some feedback on it. Shoot me a DM. I got super thick skin and I love to hear criticism and I love to solve problems and stuff like that. So let me know, because when I see that stuff, I want to know why people didn't like it and I want to know how we can fix it going forward and stuff. So that's all I got for you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. It's obviously working. When I look at these numbers on this side, I'm just crazy bullish. I mean, every week I just get more excited about this project, and I know exactly where we're going with this and stuff. So keep it up, fam. I love you guys, and thanks for all your help. Scotty below, I love you, boys. That's all I got.
Thank you, Paul.
Love you, Paul. Thank you very much. Classic Paul. And I think that's the perfect note to end the AMA. We had Alessandro, and then we had Paul. Classic Paul. So thank you all for joining us this week. It was a good time. We all had fun, and hopefully we get a lot more interesting stories next week as well. You know, maybe we'll get another Alessandro on. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye-bye.